Today's topic of public transport innovation, as was mentioned by the earlier speakers, is indeed crucial for our country. More so because of the growth trajectory that we are on, the increasing urbanization that we are going to have in the years to come, the other challenges of pollution that we confront, and therefore we are uniquely positioned where public transportation offers a solution to many of the issues that is going to confront us as we grow at a faster pace. And therefore, all the stakeholder friends who are present here, we have a lot to contribute. I welcome you all to this conference. My greetings to all of you, and I hope by the end of the conference, we'll have innovative solutions which will help us take the public transport forward at a greater pace as is required. The government itself is committed to facilitate and promote public transport in every possible ways. There are new challenges which the EDSR pointed out with respect to the kind of fuel transition that is taking place, the developments which are taking place in the field of IT, broadband, mobile telephony. They offer both opportunities and challenges which confront us, and I am sure that a conference of this kind which addresses these issues will help our STUs to be able to find solutions to the immediate problems that confront us. The government itself, being aware of these challenges, under the leadership of our Honourable Minister, we have had the amendment to the Motor Vehicle Act, which helps to promote many of these initiatives. The system of permits is sought to be liberalized. It is sought to be made open and transparent. The STUs themselves, as was mentioned, were established quite some time back. The economic environment has changed. The challenges are new and manifold. But the STUs have their own strengths. The time they were established, they came to have bus depots established at the most primary location in the places they operate from. The manpower that they have is substantial. Now, if we are able to put these assets to good use, I am sure we can find a number of solutions. The skilling development program which the government has been running, the STUs have been active contributor. In the new Motor Vehicle Amendment Act, we have a provision of automated driver testing facilities to be set up. So training of the employees within the STUs, training of other people who are involved in the public transport sector, setting up of these driver training centers. We are in the process of getting the entire driving license system issuance itself automated, where automatic driving testing facilities would have to be created, and we are trying to put a framework for that. STUs can be an active participant with the kind of resources that they have in building up the skills required for this. The bus port scheme of the ministry has been on for some time. The passenger convenience, I am sure, can be increased manifold by making sure that the bus stations that we have, the depots that we have, are modernized. And while we use it, we allow other public transport providers to be also able to use it. It's time we moved on from being operators of our own buses to being providers of public transport, where in addition to our buses, other public transport modes, be it the metro, be it any other mode which one can think of, if you're able to facilitate and maybe levy a charge, we can make multimodal transport in these urban areas a reality and also make it sustainable. So these are things we have to look at and make sure that we are able to make public transport available to all the people in these urban areas. While we talk of it, earlier this month we had the Road Safety Week. We had the Swachhta Pakhwada. In again both these initiatives which the government has been running, the STUs have been active participants. The fact that the passenger convenience is one service we necessarily have to keep providing for and make it happen. The Government of India had the amendment to the MV Act done in 2016, where we had made the vehicle tracking system and the panic button mandatory for the public transport vehicles. Recently, earlier this month, we come out of the scheme where we are going to assist the state governments to set up the monitoring centers. And I again hope that the STUs will become active participant in that. Maybe some of these monitoring centers which we expect the states to come forward and set up, the STUs will, with the transport departments, the state governments, be able to carry this mandate forward. We have resources available. It's a matter of putting our act together and making sure that we're able to make the kind of things which the law provides, make it happen. The amendment to the Motor Vehicle Act also provides for the fitness regime to be overhauled. We expect automated fitness centers to be set up. The new scrappage policy is in the offing. The guidelines for setting up of the scrapping facilities is already in the public domain. Now these are again new things. We have a lot of these buses which are off the road, which are lying in our depots. We can possibly think of setting up some of these facilities, which would be again economic models on which the STUs with the kind of resources that they have can make good use of and also be able to ensure that the recycling process is made more streamlined, is made more efficient. I'm sure we are going to benefit from the other speakers who are going to be addressing us, but the technology which the challenges that it provides in terms of fuel transition. Public transport, as was mentioned, is the most efficient way to provide clean and green fuel option. The Government of India already has the FAME 2 scheme, which is trying to promote the use of such vehicles by STUs. We got to take full benefit of this initiative and maybe add on more, which we need to do, should be coming out of the deliberations that we have in the next 2 days. The IT revolution and the technology options which are now available is another great opportunity which I suppose we need to be looking at. The National Common Mobility Card is one thing on which the STUs have already been working. The required infrastructure, some of the STUs have gone ahead and have been able to ensure that the ticketless travel is made possible on some of the routes. If we are able to expand that, make the entire operation of getting into the buses cashless, where a person taps on the machine while getting in and taps while getting out. Maybe we have a new ecosystem in place. Under the leadership of Honorable Minister, we have been able to make our toll plazas cashless, digitized to a very large extent. Now, if you're able to carry this initiative forward for the buses that we have a new design which you get to see in other countries of the world, where the passenger is just a driver who runs the bus. The passengers don't have to bother about waiting for getting a ticket, paying cash. You just have to tap in and tap out, which makes the entire operation efficient. The stoppages at the stops, the timing gets reduced. The hassle of collection of cash, accounting for it, the leakages which go alongside are all taken care of. And if you are able to redesign the bus, have a new bus code which takes care of such things, maybe we are able to cut on the manpower cost in terms of the amount we spend on putting a conductor on these buses. We save a seat, you save on these costs. So these are things which are imminently doable.
Download Tarang online radio app from Google Play Store.
You are listening to Tarang Devotional Online Radio.